Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, and in this video we're going to talk about automating remote installation of software from Chocolaty.org using PolicyPak. Now, what I'm about to show you works across all of the PolicyPak platforms, either the Group Policy Edition, the MDM Edition, or the Cloud Edition. I'm just going to show you the Group Policy Edition, but it all works exactly the same. If you don't know about Chocolaty.org, it's a bunch of applications that are pre-packaged and ready to rock. And I've got the screen up here demonstrating their kind of policy here that describes that that each of the packages kind of goes through a quality check with a human that verifies it and goes through VirusTotal and so on. That's pretty good. Of course, it may not be a perfect system. But I just want to put that out there and show you how I like to use it. Anyway, the point is that they have literally thousands of packages that you can choose from to actually deploy, and I'm going to show you how to do it using PolicyPak, but I kind of want to do a little walk before I run test, as I do in lots of my videos. And I'm going to just show you how Chocolaty works without PolicyPak first, and then we're going to add PolicyPak to it second. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just run an admin PowerShell. Okay, admin PowerShell. So this is administrator, and now this is administrative PowerShell. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take the install Chocolaty command, which is a one-liner that kind of puts the Chocolaty guts in place. Okay, hint, hint, we're going to do this exact same thing using PolicyPak in just about 3 minutes from now. Okay, I just kind of want to zip through that. All right, so there you go. You can see that the Chocolaty guts are kind of getting installed as we speak, and we'll kind of just give that a second to finish up. All right. Then the second thing I want to do is try to install my first Chocolaty package. Now, if you look at the packages list, that really it couldn't be easier. You look at the package name and they give you the command and you copy and paste it in and you're off to the races. Now, if you want to go like one little micro step further, there's like a little bit of extra goo you can put on the end of a command, the command can be -- force and also force dependencies. So for instance, if I wanted to do 7-zip, which I already have here, so what I could do is I could take this lock, stock, and barrel, or I can paste in Choco install 7-zip install -- force force dependencies -- yes, that's a lot of dashes. The point is that this will forcefully do any kind of requirements behind the scenes that maybe the package won't do naturally. Okay, by the time this is over, okay, again, this is a walk before you run with Chocolaty part first. Okay, by the time you're done, hey, look at that. 7-zip file manager didn't exist 10 seconds ago, and it exists now. Okay, and look at that, it runs. So now that we've done the walk before we run test, now it's time to do this all in PolicyPak land. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and revert back to before the time that I have Chocolaty. Hang tight for a second. Okay, I'm back, and I've reverted this machine back. It ain't got no Chocolaty on it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our, this is my management station here. Okay, I was actually playing with this earlier, so I'm not going to use any of those. I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm going to do is create a new GPO and link it to my users. Again, you could do this on the computer side as well. Again, you could do this in PolicyPak Cloud. You can take what we're about to do here and export it for wrapping up to MDM. I'm just keeping it simple, and I'm going to do pp choco demo. Okay, so I've got my Chocolaty demo GPO. It's linked over to my eSales users, and I'm ready to make a little bit of magic. Now remember, the first step is I got to get the Chocolaty guts deployed to either the computer side or the user side. Now remember, how do we do this? We could only do it when it was running with admin rights. Haha, well, PolicyPak Scripts Manager has a secret superpower, which we're about to use. So if we go to add a new policy here, okay, we'll then take that script that was on the Chocolaty website, which is just the getting going started guts stuff. We'll take that PowerShell script and just paste it right in, lock, stock, and barrel, running it as the user, but with elevated rights. Aha, that's the magic. So we can just kind of get that running underneath the hood. We don't need a revert action, and we only need to run this one time. Okay, once it's done, we're off to the races. So we'll call this install Choco's guts. Okay, and we're done. Now the next thing is all about the applications. So we could add a new policy here, okay? And maybe what I'll do is I'll just add a new PowerShell script, and I'll go ahead and do that same 7-zip install. Choco install 7-zip.install, which I got right off the website, okay? And then I'm putting in the /force and the -force dependencies and the -- yes. Once again, running with elevated rights. Now that's the apply action. Maybe sometimes we want to say goodbye to that app. How do we do that? Well, that's the revert action, and that command is Choco uninstall 7zip.install --yes, which means quiet in the background and so on. And I'm also going to run that thing with elevated rights. And I'm going to just run this one time, and that's it. So if I were to do a 7-zip install and uninstall, okay, I'll show both of these. I'll also do maybe one more for good measure. So if I were to make a new policy here, something a little bit bigger, I'll do FileZilla, which is actually a slightly longer download process. If I were to go to PowerShell script and oh, that's the uninstall for FileZilla. I need to grab this string for install. Bingo. So Choco install FileZilla force dependencies yes, and then do it with elevated rights. And then the revert action would be again a PowerShell script to take FileZilla and do Choco uninstall FileZilla -yes. We'll run that with elevated rights, and what we'll say here is once again once, and then we will say install uninstall FileZilla. Okay. Now again, you could wrap this around item level targeting, and you could say, do this thing when I'm on this IP range. So for instance, when I'm in the office, install FileZilla. When I'm out of the office, uninstall FileZilla. This totally works. Okay, you could also target it if you wanted to when it's a particular name of a machine. So only deploy this when the computer name is a match, or I'm not on VDI, or whatever your scenario is. It totally works. So what I'll go ahead, I'm not going to do that now, just sort of doing a quick demo here. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll go back over to our machine. I'm already logged on. I don't have FileZilla, I don't have WinZip, and I don't have the Choco guts. So what I'm going to just do is run GP update and then take like a minute break. It doesn't take too long. It does have to kind of get through all of them first, but once it does, it downloads it directly from the internet. Now Choco has got its own kind of internal servers that you can set up if you want to. You don't have to use the common repository out on the internet if you don't want to, nor can you, I think, if you're trying to do lots and lots and lots and lots of installs. You can set up your own repositories, but this is just a quick, simple way for me to demonstrate to you that you can use PolicyPak Scripts to automate the software delivery of your packages to your target machines using Chocolaty, if that's what you wanted to do. Oh, there we go. That was it. So you can see 7-zip and FileZilla. We could just go ahead and click it here, and there we go. 7-zip launches. And if we were to go to FileZilla here, give that a second. Boom, there you go. Now, if you wanted to be fancy, of course, you could use PolicyPak Start Screen and Taskbar Manager or File Associations Manager as well, and you can guarantee that the icons are correctly in the right place here and in the taskbar and also the file associations. That's easily done. I'm not going to do that here. The last thing I do want to, however, show is the uninstallation of these things. So for instance, like I said, if you are not in the office or the guy moves from sales to marketing or something like that. So I'm just going to unlink the GPO. Okay, if this were an MDM or a PolicyPak Cloud policy, the exact same thing would happen. The policy would simply update in the background. We'd get the signal, and that signal we said is on revert. Perform the Choco uninstall of both 7-zip and also FileZilla. So we'll just give this a second to catch up, and then we're not removing Choco's guts. Remember that. We're simply removing the actual applications that we specified. And if we just wait a minute or two, what we should see is that those applications should just peel right back. All right, so now that GP update has been run, we just have to wait a minute or two for it to kick in. What we're expecting to see here is when we go back to the start menu here, what we're looking for is that FileZilla is removed from F. Yep, that's gone. And 7-zip should be also removed here too. It may not. Oh, there we go. We can see it's out of the recently deployed list because now it's recently obliterated. And that's all there is to it. You can use PolicyPak Scripts to deliver the Choco guts, the Choco install, and have a revert script that'll perform the Choco uninstall. I love this solution. I think it really helps out and gives you the ability to deploy software really quickly to your endpoints, no matter where they are, if they're working from home or whatever, using Chocolaty. Hope this helps you out. Looking forward to getting you started with PolicyPak real soon. Take care.